one of the common things that we get from e-commerce marketers, growth marketers or CRM, is whether they have to be an expert in direct mail to effectively use the channel. And the answer to that is no. But there's always some real key issues that are kind of probably underlying that. And one of them is around not just whether you have to be an expert, but how do you nail the perfect strategy? So what are some of the key things that we hear? Like, what are some of the key questions that we think head of growth, CRM managers, retention managers have? Everything should be planned, and optimized and carefully looked at through A/B testing. One of the best things we do, whether it be a health food subscription brand or pet food, dry treats, cross-selling into wet food or whatever it might be, the best thing we do is test. So effectively, you don't know, maybe you don't need an incentive on direct mail, but you do on the other channels. A/B test it and we can optimize. What's the best campaign types for you? You've got to have a mix. This is a channel that you can test on and optimize against. So you don't have to be an expert, but at the same time, you don't know everything about what's going to work on direct mail. Just the same as we don't know everything that's going to work on direct mail, on email or WhatsApp or Meta or Google. So I think one of the key things is to keep the initial strategy for your pilot broad, test a number of different things, work with a provider that can give that level of flexibility that you expect on email, on some of the different channels as well. Because this all centers around data, like the value of data. So first of all, with format, you've got to understand the audience and you've got to maybe use different formats for what you're looking to achieve. So if you just want a prompt to land in home, maybe something like a postcard is absolutely fine. If you want something to land with a little bit more authority and a little bit more room for personalization, especially if you've got a wide product offering, you might want to consider an A4 mailing, which gives you space on the front and the back to really optimize and really drive product recommendations, machine learning, AI, which is always strong. You might want a catalog format if you want to go after something with a little bit more education. You might want to go for some sort of self-contained mailing format if you want to spend a little bit more or you want to give people a bit of a special feel. But then as important as that is the data. So what is the perfect data strategy? Well, there's so many buzzwords around this, isn't there? Like there's so many different utilizations and there's so many key sayings. Data's new oil, data's new currency, data mining. The most important data that exists is first-party data. And guess what? A lot of you already have your first-party data lined up through what you have in Shopify, through what you have through your email program. A lot of brands will have at least 50,000 plus customers in their data pool. That is the best data to work with for campaigns. How you maximize that data to a creative is what you should be looking at through an optimization plan, steady testing. Yeah, so data, what's best to do with data? Is it best to go down the prospect route and try and acquire a new customer? Or is it best to actually do something to follow up with a customer who you already have a relationship with? So much effort that goes into acquiring a new customer. Like we all know that as growth managers, like the amount of work that goes into getting one person to trial your brand. And then when they trial, you've got to hope that they stick around. They don't do what the majority does, which is try it and then move on again. First-party data and existing customer data is your most valuable data asset. It will allow you to maximize the most returns, which we see time and again through incrementality testing. It allows you to really drive effective relationships with customers that cut CPA costs, that increase lifetime value. And the best thing is, once you've nailed your first-party data strategy, you then take those learnings and you apply that to the perfect prospect and acquisition lookalike custom audience targeting strategy. And you've got the perfect blend set, first party data every single time. You don't need to be an expert in DM, just do something with your first party data.